Hello, my dear. Welcome back to the Darren Well podcast. Today, we're leaning in to help you to align and reconnect with your goals and your purpose by exploring your word for the year. I want to take a quick moment just to invite you out to the Sacred Rest Retreat. This will be a great time for you to pause, to focus on your self-care, and to learn new ways to be mindful and to ground yourself with ways to reset your nervous system. You can get more details at darrenwell.com/retreat. And that's darrenwell.com/retreat. Wow, this year is really flying by. So now that all the New Year's resolutions, the dust has fallen off of that, let's check in. Let's revisit some of those goals. Do you remember those goals that you set? Those goals of being a healthier, happier, and more productive version of you? So I'm curious, what is your word for the year? So I will share mine in a little bit, but I just wanted to check in with you. What is your word for the year? Did you have one for the year? Did you have a mantra? Did you have any New Year's goals? And so, or did those goals just kind of fall by the wayside and quietly fade away along with all of your other New Year's resolutions? So this is an opportunity just to check in with yourself because this year, there's still a lot of time left in this year. So today we're going to focus on alignment and flowing in our truth and in our purpose. Because when you align with who you were created to be, all the grace flows from that. It flows in a way that makes the hard stuff feel a little bit easier. It feels energizing and it feels deeply meaningful. So I want to just encourage you. Don't take the easy way out. Don't get stuck in the comparison game because, my dear, you will never win. And I want you to dare to follow your own path. I want you to follow your own purpose, your own heart's desire, and your own calling instead of comparing your journey to someone else's. I want you to learn how to create your own lane. And I'm not going to go too deep into the comparison trap because we all fall into that sometime or another. But even if it's hard, even if no one in your inner circle understands, it's okay. It's okay. The vision that you have, it's a God ordained vision. It's a God breathed vision that's set apart just for you. So I want you to lean into it. I want you to seek after it. I want you to give yourself permission to go after it and go after it hard. So today's episode is going to be a short and sweet one. But my dear, I just want to remind you that there's so many people that's waiting for what you carry. Yes, you, my dear. They're waiting for you to release all that you're created to do, all that you're created to be. So be that. Walk in that. Be fabulous. Be bold. Be courageous. Be fearless. Be fiercely you. There's only one you, so be fiercely you. And I want you to notice the fear, notice the doubt, and I want you to do it anyway. Because on the other side of fear, there's growth, there's wisdom, there's transformation, and there's your purpose. Now that we've raised up your energy level, raised up your truth, and now that you're aligning with who you are and who you've called to be, let's go back to our word for the year. That's our topic for today, the word for the year. So if you don't have one, now's a perfect time to get one, right? So let's pause. Let's take a moment to just pause, to reflect, and to tune into our heart's desire, tune into our values, our highest self, and maybe even get some paper out. So maybe get some paper out and start journaling, start reflecting, and start to flush out some ideas. So the word of the year, it should capture all of your goals. It should capture all of your hopes. It should capture all of your dreams, the evolution of who you are right now in this season of your life. And it should capture all of your passions. And when you think about your word for the year, it should fill you with sheer joy and utter delight. And it should also fill you with utter fear. So, not the paralyzing fear that is like, oh my goodness, this is too hard, but the big fear, the big kind of fear that makes you say, oh my goodness, this is bigger than me. The big kind of fear that forces you to stretch way beyond your comfort zone. So, stretching a little bit, stretching your mind, stretching your ideas way beyond your comfort zone. So, I want you to rise to the challenge, my dear, because you are meant for bigger things. The truth is, you're meant for so much more, so much more. So, don't settle. Don't settle. Don't settle now. So, what is the word for for the year? What is your word for the year? What is your defining idea? Let's crystallize that. So change is going to happen with or without your permission. So let's lean into it, right? So if you're feeling stuck, you don't have to stay there. Resist the fear of change, resist the fear of staying the same, resist the fear of feeling stuck. Resist the fear of leaning into the unknown. And most importantly, I want you to live in alignment. I want you to find your heart center and just start grounding yourself. And I want you to start to live in alignment with the truth of who you are and who you were created to be. So, as promised, I'm going to share my word for the year. So, my word for the year is optimize. So, optimize, I'm choosing to optimize my time, my energy, my processes at work, my relationships. So, how I want to engage or disengage from relationships that are serving me in this season of my life, and my daily routines. So, like daily habits of like self care and wellness, those kinds of things. And each year and each day, I challenge myself to grow because for me, staying the same and staying stuck, it is so much not an option. It's not an option. I've been through too much that I have such a strong desire to grow. And if you have a growth mindset, then that's hopefully that aligns with you. But for me, I just want more. Honestly, I crave more. I know that I'm destined for more. So I encourage you. I encourage you to fine tune your heart's desire and to lean into a word of the year that feels true to you. And so, as we wrap up today, I want to encourage you to find your word for the year. Find a word of the year that anchors you to your truth and that it helps you to feel more focused, more inspired, and moving in alignment as you come back to that word throughout the year. And alignment means choosing to live in balance with your word, allowing it to shape your thoughts, your decisions, and your actions. So, how you show up in the world. So, here are 3 action steps that I wanted to share with you. So, taking some time to reflect on your word for the year. So, reflecting that could look like journaling, that could just look like just taking some time just to sit quietly and just assess, like, where are you at right now and where do you want to be? So, and if you don't have a word for the year yet, now is a good time to get that. So, choose a word that resonates deeply with your truth, your passion, your vision, and your purpose. And number 2, check in with your alignment. So, periodically check in with yourself and check in with your daily habits, your daily actions, and your mindset. So, check in with your mindset. Is it in tune with your word? Does it feel true? And if not, pivot, adjust, readjust as needed. So, find something that feels true to you. And the last one I would just encourage you is to just flow with purpose. So, let go of any resistance, any doubt, any fear, and step boldly. I encourage you to step boldly into the calling and the purpose that you have, the goals that you have, the wants and the desires that you have. And trust the path. Trust the path that is set before you, that it's meant for you. And trust that all things are working together for your good. And for me, I'd love to hear your word for the year. So you can share that on YouTube, on any of the different comments. So I'd love to hear that. Just drop that below so we can interact. Or you can email me that directly. So you can email that to me at info@darrenwell.com. And I'd love to support you and encourage you on your wellness journey. So feel free to share that. All right. Well, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning into the Darren Well podcast. Take care, my dear. God bless.